Hey Pisces, how's it going? Welcome back to Filara Spirit. I'm Topher, and here in my work we like to mix spirit, science, and the art of deduction to help us turn imagination into creation. This is going to be a general reading for you guys for the month of September 2021. It's going to be in its own playlist because the rest of my readings are timeless. So don't forget to check out the rest of your birth chart if this doesn't resonate for you or for a bigger picture. And of course, you can check out all of the information for personal and private readings via the link to my website in the description box. Check me out on Instagram, where you can see my brand new tarot deck being posted every single day. And check me out on TikTok for daily mini messages. Let's get straight into it. So, your theme song for the month of September is The New Earth. So, this is quite simple. Well, it's not quite simple, but it's a very easy, quick, obvious, that's what I mean, sorry, an obvious image that I get in my head. The movie that plays is of somebody being sort of 3/4 of the way up a skyscraper or a building, a hotel, whatever, just 3/4 of the way up a building, and they're out on this terracey balcony thingy, sort of looking out over the city, and then they can see that there's sort of another quarter of the building. Let's say there's 20 floors on this building, they've got another 5 floors to go or something, right? It's kind of almost there. That's what I'm going to say, sorry. But it's interesting because as I picked up the deck to start shuffling after I cleared the energy and all that kind of stuff, almost there flipped out on the bottom, which was, I didn't take it because I hadn't started shuffling yet. But it was really interesting how I picked up the deck and that one just sort of fell off the bottom, saying almost there, which is exactly this kind of energy. It's the same kind of it's the same kind of theme, almost there being slightly more, let's just say, the new earth applies to something that is of bigger impact in your life than almost there. Almost there being a Disney song and it's by a Disney princess. It's not that it's any lesser, and it still has a very clear message. But it's more about something like achieving something like, for example, your university, your degree, or your promotion, or finalizing something on a house, or getting a new house, or it's something, obviously those things are big and really impactful, but they are slightly more on like a momentary kind of stage in your life. If you look at the overall thing of your life, it's sort of okay, and then you move into the new house, and yes, things change, but it's sort of more, this is something that is changing, that's really big, that is impacting everything constantly for the rest of your life. It's a much bigger deal, is what I'm trying to say, than almost there. So, which is why I possibly put it back in and then shuffled. But almost there is also a slightly more excitable energy, again, with it being a Disney song and a Disney princess. It's slightly more fun and uplifting and less intense and heavy in terms of the new earth, than the new earth, sorry. Almost there is like, I'm really, really excited and I can't wait and I can't sleep and I'm jittery and no, I'm almost there. And the new earth is more like this determined climbing this mountain where you're just like looking up and the sweat is beading from you and you're like, yes, I'm so close. It's slightly more intense and heavier. So let's have a look into what's going on. We're going to have a look at your themes with Beyond Lemuria, what you're clearing with the Akashic Records, Dark Goddess for your challenges, the Oracle of Fairies for your blessings, and advice from the ancestors. Let's get straight into it. It's the theme. This nearly there, nearly finished theme for Pisces. Okay. Decided to go down there on the floor. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Interesting. Luminescence. Number 35 reduces to an 8. 8s are the infinity symbol. They are also cycles, which is kind of what I'm feeling with this new earth. It's like one major, massive, huge ass cycle is ending. It's not just you're moving from one house to another. Those things are big and they can change lives and all that, but it's not That's not it. This is something huge, something massive that is that's changing. I mean, the dragonflies are all over here. There's 1, 2, okay, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 dragonflies, and dragonflies are representative and symbolic of change. Change. I mean, this is why I was looking at the bottom of the deck, if you're wondering as well, because I've also got number 55, and 5 is a master number, and 5s are all about changes. They're all about getting over the hurdle and then to the next part. I feel like this is of your life. You've gone over the middle point, the hardest part of your life. You're 3/4 of the way. You're not 3/4 of the way through your physical actual existence, but you've just passed the hardest part, Pisces, is what I want to say. You've just, September, I don't know whether you're overcoming it in September or whether you have just overcome it and you're sort of realizing this in September, because you've got this 5/5 here, which is a master number. It's also unique gifts here, but to be honest with you guys, that may resonate with you in some area or another. We'll see if anything else comes out, but I was just looking at that 55. It was just change. It's the middle. You've gone over the middle point. 5s are the conflict. 5s are the hard part. 5 is the challenges and the part where we have to fight and battle through something to get to the other half of the story, where we're beyond learning lessons now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, where we're learning lessons and choices and decisions and all that. Now in the beyond the 5, we get the rest of the story where we're reaping rewards, where we are harvesting and we are collecting and manifesting the rest of our journey based on what we came through and how we came through that middle point. Some of us will come through it and we will just revert back and go back to number 1 and 2 and 3 and start all over again, like the 8, right? With that cycle, that's the infinity I was talking about. And then other people like you, Pisces, will actually go over the hurdle, make it through to the other side and change themselves, change a lot of fundamental things about what's going on within themselves, like you did, and they will reach the other half of the story, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where you start getting things like balance and a return on your investment with the 6, 7, where you get financial and material kind of abundance, and you get to plant your seeds in new areas that are going to grow. 8, where you're finally putting time and effort and consistent, constant effort into something, like with the 8 again, right? 8's also incredibly lucky numbers, where things start working out for you, right? They start working out magically for you. And then you get 9, which is you feeling that completion and that fulfillment because things are starting to work out for you. And then you have 10, which is the ultimate. It's just everything encompassed all in one, right? I'm going to go on, you guys. I'm just totally rambling in your reading here. I'm going to read from the book on this luminescence because I'm being told to. Number 35. Oh, no. Come on. Okay. Luminescence. Self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts. Light shining on the darkness. That might be one of your unique gifts, guys. Heart-centered living. Removing your heart armors. Accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strengths. A vulnerable, wide open heart, and authentic, heartfelt needs. Remember, your internal world reflects your outer reality. If you are met by less than ideal dynamics, they may hold a clue to your unloved parts. Accepting our less desirable aspects doesn't make the behaviors that may arise from them okay. Accepting your whole self means being okay with the foundations that created these insecurities and bringing them back into balance. Hell to the freaking yes, Pisces. Accepting your whole self means being okay with the foundations that created these insecurities, meaning step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, etc. Then you reach that halfway mark where the challenge is are you going to go back, right? Are you going to go back and start doing that whole entire thing again? Or are you going to accept these insecurities, realize that they're a part of what created you to get you to this point of going over that halfway mark? And then you reach number 6, which is literally bringing things back into balance, right? Let's have a look at the divine meaning. Consider the parts of yourself that you may not be accepting. You might be experiencing an inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love. That is the deep, compassionate, unconditional love of self that brings you into wholeness. Luminescence means the essence of light. There is nothing that makes us shine more than a heart that is full of love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept your shadows so they can more easily resolve. Allow more light and love inside and out of your world. Yeah, again, it's kind of... You've come to the... You've overcome the halfway mark. This is quite clear now. Most of you have overcome the halfway mark, but even if you haven't, the message is here is what's pushing you past that and what's pushing you beyond that halfway mark where you've sort of hit the dead end, or you've hit the, okay, I've learned as much as I can, or I've learned the lessons, blah, 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 blah. And then you have that sort of choice. Do I go back because I want things to be the way that they were and I don't understand why things are changing so much and I'm not getting what I want? Or are you seeing that that's the point for you to push past and move beyond? And you're at that point, and it's you realizing that the reason you're at that point is because you did step 1, step 2, step 3, etc. Right? You went through the internal journey all the way up to step 5. You're overcoming and you're passing and you are conquering the 5, the conflict and the chaos and the change that happens all around that middle point there of your transformation. And what is pushing you forward, what is going to help push you past that point, is the recognition and the compassion and the self-love that you have for yourself, that you've come as far as you have, right? It's I don't know, it's not necessarily recognition, it's more, I want to say expression, right? For you, it's like expressing that on your outside in some way or another. So whether that's just your energy, people noticing, oh my gosh, Pisces is so happy and glowy and they've got so much more energy and they're so full of life and I haven't seen them like this in so long, and all of these kinds of things, right? That's you doing this whole luminescence thing. That's you exploding that light from outwardly from your heart-centered self, because you love yourself so much, right? Let's have a look at what you're clearing here. It's going to give me some more. It's also crazy water energy in this card here, which I totally didn't even think about. Same here. Look at all this water energy you guys have, right? I think this person's like half mermaid. Is a mermaid. A lot of water energy going on here. Very intuitive energy too. They both have their eyes closed, which is you, Pisces, absolutely. What is Pisces clearing here in the month of September? Okay, that was a strange shuffle. 6 of Keys, 6 of Pentacles, the increscent moon. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. See this man here? He is an artist. Looks a bit like Keanu Reeves, right? A bit like Keanu Reeves. He's got loads of plans, loads of sketches, sculptures. He's doing a good job, right? He's doing a really good job. You'd think that having done such a good job, he would be proud. He would be accomplished. He would feel great. He would feel good about it, right? Look at it. It's beautiful. Like, it's ridiculous how somebody can just create that with a chisel, and I don't even know how they do this stuff. And he's going to feel pretty good, right? However, what you have been doing, Pisces, which is, this is what's being cleared for you in September, by the way, just so you know, but what you have been doing is a little bit too focused on that, on the process. You've been kind of zoomed in a little bit, like real close up to it, and you're kind of like, yeah, okay, it's getting chiseled, it's yeah, okay, but September is about pulling yourself back and actually looking at what you've created, looking at all of this around you that you've also created, allowing yourself the time to stand back and appreciate, right? You're in really close to the painting and you're doing this tiny one little bit, and it's like, I don't know, fur on an animal or something, and it looks great, and you're just, yeah, okay. But you're so in and magnified on this thing, on this one section or whatever, that you, when you pull back, you're not sort of seeing the whole incredible tiger you've painted or something. And I'm also noticing here that this is number 6, which is the step after the 5, which is you getting back what you've put out. You made it past the 5. Great, awesome. You did that work. Now you get that energy back in some form or another, most likely physical here with these keys / pentacles, right? Reaping the rewards. You were just so zoomed in before that you couldn't see the whole beautiful sculpture that you'd created, right? September, now you're stepping back, you're having a look at this entire sculpture, and you're like, oh my gosh, did I just create that? I didn't even realize, because I was like so involved and I was so in the zone, and you were absolutely doing the right thing, by the way, but you were so in the zone of sorting things out and building this, trying to make the life that you want, or the situation that you want, or the results that you want, right? And you kind of, September, you're now pulling back and you're realizing, oh my gosh, I just created that. I just created that. And then being proud of it. Being proud of it. Luminescence is it's this self-love, this inner self-love, that when you feel it so much because, oh my gosh, I just created this, or I just made it pretty much to the top of the building, or however you want to look at it, then being proud of it. That pride fuels the self-love fuels the pride, it fuels that motivation, it fuels inspiration, and then you just saw this glowing light, like, oh, I am so amazing, my life is so amazing, awesome. And then people just soak it up, right? I feel like you're going to be inspiring a lot of people. People are just going to notice that the energy is different about you, because you, not only have you come over the hurdle of that middle point, but you are also, you're starting to glow because of it. It's not just it's other people are starting to notice it now. Maybe you were just noticing it yourself before, but as you start getting more and more into this thing, as you step back and you start getting more and more into the energy of looking at the entire creation of what you've created, which is this sculpture effectively, then you start glowing from the inside out. People start noticing. People start noticing. I mean, you're going to notice, but everyone else can notice too. Okay, what's the chat? Oh, there's too many. What's the challenge for Pisces in September? Oh, yeah, I love it when she comes out. Kali. Destruction. All right, my friend. Well, what I want to say here is the challenge is the point that comes after the destruction. Right? Destruction and then creation. Chaos births order. And vice versa. You have been, I mean, you've been like the Kali of your own life, right? In that middle position there, in that thing, you're battling through and pushing through the conflicts, pushing through the challenges, enduring through the changes and the multiple transformations that we have to go through on this journey. And I feel like the challenge for you, I want to say, I feel like the challenge for you is to kind of, I want to say, this is weird, but I want to say accept that the work is done, right? Turmoil, upheaval, disorder, and confusion have been your companions for a while. Don't give up, keep going. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything happens for a reason. Release the old so the new can enter in. A new relationship is waiting in the wings. Remember that everything is divinely timed. Walk away from harsh energies. Change is simply a transition that is needed to escalate you further. As you allow Kali to safely escort you through any chaos and destruction, you can be assured that this ending is just the beginning. Yes, your challenge is not necessarily a challenge. Maybe for some of you, but it's the acceptance. I mean, this card says destruction, but accept the end of certain situations or relationships or atmospheres or energy. Accept the end. Accept the end. You can be assured that this ending is just the beginning. And I do feel like, Pisces, I don't have to tell you too much, because I do feel like you understand, right? But your challenge in the month of September is to realize that this is what's not realize. It's to let it be done, right? I feel like you've been doing what you need to do. Okay, I'm destroying things. I'm making it up. I'm going through that middle point. I've made it past. I want to make it past this middle point. I'm going to keep fighting, and then you sort of get through, and you're sort of still waving your fists around sort of crazily because you kind of got your eyes closed and you're like, I want to battle through it. And it's now the universe is like, whoa, Pisces, you made it through. The battle's over. You can put your fist down. You can take your armor off. Okay, calm down. You're through to the other side. Okay, next stage is now to revel in that fact, right? To take a step back, stop trying to be all in on it or fighting or whatever, right? You're through to the other side. Step back and look at the marvel that you've created. Marvel at the sculpture you've created, right? What is the blessing here? Aside from the fact that you're through to the other side. Aside from the fact that you're through to the other side. The worst is behind you. The worst is absolutely behind you, Pisces. Like I said, with this new earth, this is forever. This is for the majority of you, this is forever. Your life is, I keep saying all of the time, because it's a massive, monumentally shifting year for everyone. And these next few months are going to be the physical manifestation of that, because we're entering the autumn, which is all about harvest and things like that. Everyone's going to be harvesting things on a physical level. So everything's changing for everyone. And I feel like the biggest message for people who have been trying to step into their journey and onto the right path over the last 2 years almost, those people are the ones that are going to start seeing the rewards and the benefits and all of that kind of stuff, right? Those are the people that are going to have this monumental rest of their life change, the rest of their life. So I've been saying it to a lot of people, your life isn't going to look the same, right? What is the blessing here? September for Pisces. I like this card. Something that was, what once was lost is about to be found. That always reminds me of Colin Mockery, right? What once was is no longer were. That's what he says. What once was lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. I think it wasn't lost. I don't think it was lost. I feel like it's just being returned to you. You put things out. You put time, energy, effort, love, all of the beautiful things out. You put things out into the world, right? And it's being returned to you. So it's not that it was lost. It was lost in the sense that you didn't get it back at the time in some energetic form, right? Possibly because it was blocked and all of those things. But now you're coming through all of those blockages because you're coming through that middle point and you're through to the other side. Just like Kali says, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up, keep going. Your it's not necessary, it's being returned to you. Okay, it's not necessarily lost. It was just, yeah, it's being returned to you finally after quite a long time. I want to say years here with this pentacle, maybe like 6 years or something like that. 8 years with this luminescence, 10 years, 55, 10 years. Yo, this is a big, old, long, massive, huge cycle for you. All right. And yes, your life isn't going to look the same ever again, but this is this change, this it's not just a simple thing where you just move and your life doesn't look the same. Or you, I mean, it could be. But even if it is something like that, it's a monumental, huge, massive change, okay? And by the way, you've earned this. You not only deserve it because it's your birthright to be happy and nurtured and all of those wonderful, amazing things, but you've also earned it because you put it out. You put it out before. It's time to get it back. It's time for your harvest. Yo. Yo. Okay, what is the advice here? I also want to say to you, do I have to take, okay, I have to take this. I also want to say to you, Pisces, you have, if you've put out any manifestations in the last 6 months, 6 to 8 to 10 months, possibly here, 6, 8, and 10, then these things are about to be harvested for you in starting in the month of September. All right, these things are coming into physical fruition, physical manifestation, but also things from years as well. This is not just months. This is stuff you've been manifesting for years. And I feel like a little bit, things we never even realized were lost. You've kind of been a little bit unconscious about. You didn't even know you were manifesting all this amazing stuff, right? So your advice, choose your path. You're going to go back down the building, or are you going to keep ascending to the top? Are you going to go back around and do the cycle all over again and go back to where you were? Or are you going to keep going in the straight direction, right? Essentially 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or are we going to go back and do 1, 2, 3, 4 all over again, right? And then these kind of came out separately, which I feel like are side messages for some of you Pisces. Now, you are incredibly intuitive, aside from Cancer, that you guys are the two most intuitive of the entire zodiac, right? So on the bottom of the deck here, we had unique gifts, and I just had these kind of come out as well. Apparently I had to take them, which is the Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within, and the High Priestess, which is your energy, Pisces, harness mystic power, unlock the magic within, harness mystic power, and unique gifts. Okay, so this is a side message, and it is for the majority of you, because Pisces, it depends where you have Pisces in your chart. If you are Pisces sun, moon, rising, you're going to have very, very crazy strong intuitive psychic things going on. All right, I want to say, especially if you're a Pisces moon, right, this is incredible psychic, but you also have something here that is different, which is a side note. September, you're going to start tapping into this, right, in your own unique way. However that manifests. Maybe you want to do witchcraft and the occult. Maybe you want to do, you know, tarot or palms or Reiki, or however it manifests for you. You have a very unique and incredibly strong gift, right? Which is just a side note for some of you. Okay, so this is what I have for you guys. Let me know if it resonates, and of course let me know how it turns out. I hope you have a great September, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check all the information down below for personal and private readings. Check out Instagram for my tarot deck and TikTok for daily mini messages. I love you, Pisces. See you next time.